Are we on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights. Cameras.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
Thandi Draal, and she's guest on our show this morning. She is South African DJ, producer, singer, songwriter, and also she's championing the Afro Tech and Afro House genres. We'll get into conversation with her about how she's combining everything and acing it as well. It is her first time in Ghana, she says, so we'll get talking about Ghana so far and what her thoughts are on it. She shared a few with me, so I'd like her to share with you all as well. But before that, let me share the great news about Telecell's fixed broadband. If you haven't jumped on it yet, please do so today and experience incredible bonuses, non-expiry bundles, data transfers across devices, and lots more. If you are a new customer, you get 50% bonus data in addition to other mind-blowing offers, and also existing customers receive 300% bonus on data on every broadband renewal to keep browsing. To subscribe to Telecell's fixed broadband for these amazing offers, you can dial star 900 hash or star 900 hash, or you can use the Telecell Play app or visit any Telecell retail outlet near you. You can also get onto their website www.telecell.com.gh and get connected today. Terms and conditions apply. Telecell, connecting energies. Guys,
I don't know how you're going to do it, but I mean, you need to have fresh breath, okay? It's very essential for, conversations. And that every time we eat, food and sugars are trapped between our teeth, leading to tooth decay, gum disease, and in some cases, halitosis. Now, brushing your teeth every morning and at night with Pepsodent charcoal and Pepsodent herbal toothpaste is essential to get rid of that foul breath. Pepsodent charcoal is made of a fine blend of natural charcoal, lemon, mint, and zinc, which is meant to whiten your teeth, strengthen them, and remove bad odor from your mouth. And for the herbal lovers, you can try the Pepsodent herbal toothpaste, which is infused with a unique blend of green tea and herbal extracts, also formulated to repair and protect your gums while giving you an all-round cooling sensation. Okay, and so always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and before you sleep at night. And since Pepsodent has been the OG in educating Ghanaians on oral care, you can call their dentist for free on their toll-free line 0800 161 000 800 161 000. You can get Pepsodent anyway. Again, I've said this: if you go somewhere you don't get Pepsodent, the shop is the red flag. It is not you. You are okay. Pepsodent, every smile matters. And also, for those of you who want a British degree at a fraction of the cost, I've got the right place for you. If you also want a vibrant student experience in a community, that equips you with useful employability skills that takes you a step closer to the career of your dreams, you can get this and more at Lancaster University, Ghana. Enjoy plus up to 50% scholarship for your degree at Lancaster University, Ghana. You also be taught by the finest faculty trained to UK standards at their ultra modern campus. For more information, you can get on their website www.lancaster.edu.gh, or reach out to them on their email admissions@lancaster.edu.gh, or call them on 020-960-7008, 020-960-7008. Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
Okay, that being said, we have something for you. You need to protect yourself and protect yourself in the best way possible, and you can do that with Cleanse. Okay, it says protect yourself from germs and bacteria with confidence. Cleanse hand soap does that effectively by killing 99.9% of germs with every use. Now, it's perfect for all your hand washing moments throughout the day and available in a variety of invigorating variants and delightful flavors like aloe vera, strawberry, vanilla, and honey, antibacterial, and chocolate. Now you can choose the favorite for yourself, your family, and your friends. Make Cleanse your daily essential. Stay clean with Cleanse, the GC brand. It's all about you.
All right, it's all about you. Betway also has something for you. We've all been there. You've placed that perfect multi-bet, and it's all going your way.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
It's all going your way until it's not, and one more picks lets you down. Well, with Betway's Bet Saver feature, you can win even if your bet misses. Even on multiple losses, you can get your bets back and more. Bet Saver, exclusive to Betway, gets way more. Terms and conditions apply, and this is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway gets way more.
Get way more also with Shades of Love, and that is Aquaba's event on the 14th of February starting at 7 p.m. sharp. Yes, we're calling on you, your family and your friends to just be there, come have a good time. Okay, this is where the symphonies of love and high life music will merge, so you don't want to miss out on this great show. If you want to grab tickets, you can do so. It's going for 300 cedis regular and 500 cedis VIP, 750 VVIP. If you want to also reserve tables, you can call 0246 466 770, 0246 466 700. You can also buy your tickets by dialing star 714 star 2020 hash, star 714 star 2020 hash. You do not want to miss out on this. Again, okay, the show is powered by Big Ideas and 3 Music TV. All right, so Thandi is here. Guys, the name is spelled Thandi. I had been saying Thandi throughout the show. Okay, so pardon me on that one. I hate to butcher people's names. So it's Thandi. I may be struggling a little throughout the show in pronouncing Thandi and Thandi, but please, Thandi, forgive us in advance, okay, if we have to butcher your name. But let's give a
round of applause.
A 3 Music welcome. Welcome, Thandi.
Yes.
And it's your first time in Ghana as well.
Yes. Thank you so much. So for you guys to know how to say my name, you must think of my name in English. I mean in vernac, in traditional African language. So TH is in English, but in African language it's ta. So TH ta.
Okay.
Thandi. Yeah.
Thandi. We'll remember that. You've been in Ghana a few hours.
Yes.
Right? People say that Ghanaians are very hospitable, are very friendly people. Share with us what you've observed. So
You're
far.
missing a point. You guys are gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Stop pretending.
Thank you.
I think I'm gonna get a husband here, but you guys are beautiful.
It's been a few hours. Don't jump so fast, because I will not recommend too fast. Take your time.
Relax.
Yeah. My own chest. You have to take your time.
Fine brothers, yeah.
You don't have anything
I would
to say.
like to speak on behalf of my brothers
And say
that we are the best. So you can definitely find someone here. We'll find you a Ghanaian king. Don't worry. We're all kings.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
make sure you see a Ghanaian king who uphold you as a queen forever, unlike Two-Face who called Annie Dibia African queen and took the crown from her in a way we didn't want to. We don't want that.
No. I definitely don't want that.
Thank you.
But
So
I'm
just
not
take
gonna
your time
lie.
in finding a Ghanaian king. Okay.
Yes.
That's all we'll say
I'll take
to
my
you.
time.
But tell us about your experience in Ghana so far.
So far, I mean, everyone's been so friendly. You guys actually remind me of back home in the south of Africa. The food, also your guys' fruits are amazing. You know, they taste like very organic, not too much sugar. So it just tastes like I'm actually eating a fruit. So I've been stuffing my face with mangoes since I got here.
How many hours has it been since you came?
I mean, it's been probably 12 hours in, you know. And there's so much to do, there's so much to see, but I'm just like, okay, Thandi, just like you're saying, calm down. Yes, they're beautiful men, but calm down.
Yeah.
So
I know I did mention this off air, but let me also say that you look really, really good.
yeah, you do.
Really,
Thank
really
you.
good.
It's my first time in Ghana, so I have to, show up.
And
Thank you
show
so
up
much.
you have.
Thank
now
you.
you mentioned that you've been enjoying some fruits, right? So far, you mentioned pineapple as well. That was off off air, but you did
Yes.
mention that as well. Are you on a healthy living journey, or what is it for you?
I wish I could sound very fancy. I'm a foodie. I mean, you can see I'm round.
Welcome to
You
the
know,
party.
I love me some food. I know I should be on like a diet, but not yet. After Ghana, then
Do you have any news that you are planning on trying?
Listen, all I know is that there's gonna be a day where I get to try all like traditional Ghanaian. We're gonna go to like
a
a
mukbang?
like a a buffet, I think it's called, where there's all the food. So I have people who are gonna guide me through everything, like taste this, taste that, and I'm all here for it.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
it. Now, you're also in Ghana for Transit Live. But we are
Yes.
going to get into the Transit Live conversation just a bit later, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But for now, because we want to know more about Thandi,
Mm-hmm.
take us into the beginning of this whole journey for you. Because having to balance being a DJ, being a producer, being a vocalist, being a songwriter, although it's all in music, you some way somehow have to branch out differently, which I'm all in for, right? But take us through your journey to becoming who Thandi is today, and then how you're able to juggle and balance it all.
Okay. How can I shorten this? So, my upbringing, I grew up in a children's home for safety until I was like an adult, like 18 years old. And then, so through staying in that home, I've always loved music. Like I've always adapted to music. And I feel like who I am now, I've been practicing since I was a little girl, because part of my trauma or the things that I had to work through, it would be through music. So I'd listen to music and I'm just like, oh wow, like why do I feel so okay after listening to this song or after listening to this music? And when I was like, when I grow up, I want to know how to make music. I want to know how to play it. I want to know how to sing it. So when I go out there to the world, I can heal them as much as this is healing me. So I would say that's where I first fell in love with music, and where I understood that music is it's not just about music, it's a feeling, it's spiritual, there's a connection. So who I am today as a music producer, as a DJ, as a songwriter, it's literally, I think my whole life I've been practicing for these moments. So yeah, just to cut it very short, that's
right?
basically my background of how I got into music and where I am right now. It is not easy. It's not easy. Being a woman, an African woman, making music, DJing, or whether it's producing, I feel like because we are so far behind in being like also leading in this industry, I have a lot of pressures. I always have to deliver. I do engineer, I produce my music myself as well, you know.
Okay.
So there's times where I have to take off the DJ cap. Now we put that off, and now it's like, okay, producer cap. Then it's like, okay, what are we producing? Like, I'm a girl, so I do things in a girl way. I cry a lot because I'll be like, no, it's not
okay
sounding
to cry.
good. You know, it's not
is
sounding
very
good.
okay
So
to cry.
I do a lot of crying. I'm a girl because it's just like, I need this thing to work. You know, I don't want people at the end of the day, I want people to take me seriously. So when I go out there, I don't want people to be like, oh, but yeah, she's cute. I don't worry about the looks and, you know, the dress. And I want, when I actually do the work, people must be like, wow,
Yeah.
that was magical. What on earth just happened? I don't know. Everything else is just makeup, lights, and action.
Right.
But yeah, so I do have those pressures because I do want to, I'm a perfectionist. I want to make sure that by the time I perform, like my art and the energy comes through, not just how one looks. So, you know, there's still a lot of that, you know, being a woman, and I feel like I have to work 10 times harder to prove my points. It's like, okay, I did that, you know, but it's fine. You know, let's keep keep going on. So I'm very, yeah, it can be very tough. A lot of pressure trying to do all three and be great at all three. But you know, like I said, I've been practicing since I was a little girl, because me being Thandi Draal is like, she's, if I can talk about myself in the third person,
That's fair.
I'm like, Thandi Draal for me is like a superhero for me, because it's like I said, since I was a little girl, I'm like, one day, practice in the mirror, you know. So yeah, and then today I put on my Thandi Draal cape and
You mentioned growing up in a home. If you want to take us through, some of the reasons that ended you up in the home, and then also the opportunity that afforded you to become who you are today. I'm also asking this because sometimes it's difficult for people to get out of the rut and then make anything quote unquote valuable of themselves, because considering where you are coming from, you could just think that this is my life, I'm going to take it as it is.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, like most African people, I do come from like a rat type of space. I come from a lot of like violence. And I think, just to cut a long story short as well, it's like the people that saw the states or the space that I was in felt that if we don't take this little child away from her, she's gonna die. It was that hectic. So when I got taken to the home, I learned that as African people, our perspective is very narrow-minded. So me living in this space, it broadened up my perspective about life, about what is possible and what is what. There shouldn't even be a word called impossible. So I see that's the difference, because I do still go home to like where I originally come from, and I feel like there's a really narrow perspective, but that's not like your everyday African person's fault, because you're not afforded to see a different perspective. Before, I even started making music, I didn't know of any female producers in my country, but I had to be like, okay, I can do it. There isn't anyone that I can say, okay, she did it, because once you see an example, it's easy to be like, okay, she did it, so now it's possible to do it. There's a lot of singers, so I could sing because like, oh wow, there's so many great singers, it's possible, but there was no one to really reference as a producer. And I think staying in that home, it afforded me to just be like, you can be anyone and anything that you want. You're not your past, you're not your home. Invent yourself, reinvent yourself, become whoever you want to be. So here I am flying to Scotland
and flying high up that.
What would you say are some of the challenges in becoming that reference for other people? Because in trying to find yourself and being that producer that you never had anyone to look forward to, now you have become that producer, not just producer, but DJ, songwriter, and I'm sure a lot of people also back home where you come from would be looking up to you. What are some of the challenges you experienced in that journey, and how do you feel now, that you're here, that people can look up to Thandi and say, oh my god, I want to be like Thandi?
Wow, people look up to me. Okay, honestly speaking, the challenges for me was when I first started this vision. It's my dream, it's my vision, so it's what I see for me. When you want to pursue something and you're the only person that sees it, you have some of the biggest people that you look up to sometimes could be like, no, just sing, or why do you want to DJ now, and why do you want to produce? And I'm like, because like I want more out of this thing. Before I even as you get into the industry, before you know people, it's like I was a little girl in a home by myself. I had my own vision, my own goal, and my own dream. So I feel like if I could have spoken to the younger me, was to really not listen too much to what the other like negative, like distracting kind of advice. That has been my challenge, because it's like, why do you want to produce, why do you want to DJ? Just sing, like women sing. So yeah, it's they've tried to like literally put me in a little box and be like, sing like the other women are singing. Now the territory that you're trying to enter, that's why like I feel like when I do things, like I'm very masculine about it, I'm violent about it in like how I do it. Like it's like, yeah.
But the Bible even says that the violent take it by force, right?
Yes, exactly,
So it's
exactly.
okay.
So it's very, I think that's my challenge. I still have that challenge till today. It's how can I say? It's very, it's still a fight. It's still a fight, because I've been doing this professionally since 2013, but I'm still, for me, it's like it's a journey. I'm getting there gradually. One day, if you know me, if you don't know me, if I'm the vibe you're looking for, we will connect eventually. So I always just, for up and coming people who do look up to me, I do tell them that, listen, practice makes perfect. I didn't just wake up and then become the person that I am. I'm still practicing how to be the best version of myself. So I always tell people, don't listen to people don't stick around people that are low vibrational. If you're in a friend group and you want to produce or DJ and you have a friend who's like, no, then that's not a friend for you. Because it's like, I believe that when you say certain things, you are spelling or like you are saying stuff to the universe. And then when someone is like, nah, sis, don't do that, it's just like, okay,
it deflates you.
Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to pray here and you're like, nah, not this prayer, sis, So I guess that would be like challenges that I've personally had, and upcoming people as well. Like for you to become who you are, there are people that are around you, and you just need to weigh. It's okay. Is this person praying for me? Is this person encouraging me? So be very attentive of who's around you. Practice makes perfect. Greatness is a very lonely journey. But it's okay to be alone.
Okay. Did you have like someone holding your hand to take you through the journey, or it was just like you got up and decided that I wanted to do this?
So I had to get up because I have to. I mean, when you're in a home, you have to just figure things out, because you're not obviously being brought up in environments of mom, dad, sisters, and whatever. Like everyone that walks through that door, hey, if she comes through the store, he comes through the store, this is your family. If you're here, imagine what the next person that comes through the door has been through. So it's very in all of that, and that group activity, you just have to find yourself. But what I can say is that I've really had good support. So there's been those ones who would bring me down, and then there'd be those ones who are like, oh girl, go fly. So it did start from the home. My mother, my foster mother, she really encouraged me. She was just like, you want to do what? Music? Okay, you're always singing Veil in the house, so you're always dancing, you're always performing for people, so this makes sense. So yeah, you do get your people that do support you, and then there's the ones that don't support you. But I can't just say that what you call it, I haven't had like the well done, you're doing good. But also with all that being said, it starts with self, because I can say, oh wow, you're beautiful, but if you don't believe that, then it's pointless. I'm just talking exactly. So it I have to be like, you got this, Thandi. Yes. Put your wings, girl. Yes.
I think that we have talked about, some of the challenges you face, like, coming from where you are coming from and being a woman in the industry as well. But it's not always been about challenges. I think that you're the first woman from South Africa to have a self-produced EP and put it out. That's an incredible feat, especially in a male-dominated industry. And how does that make you feel? I mean, because you obviously mentioned that you didn't have someone to look up to in terms of the gender of the people in the industry, but now you have become you set the tone for something that could trickle down into a lot of other women learning to produce and wanting to be like you, especially being the first one to do that. So how does that make you feel?
And also, follow up to that, when you made the EP, which was self-made, did you have questions as to whether to release it or not, thinking about what people would see?
My strategy with that is that when I first got into music, I was just a vocalist, because that's the only thing I had on me. No one can, So my first love, though, isn't really actually singing, it's music production. But the climax of where I am and what I'm doing back at home, the easiest thing for me to do is my voice. I mean, it's on me. So I started as a vocalist, and then I gradually started shifting into now the producer, DJ. Then next, on top of that ladder of being a singer, I became a DJ. And then in the background, I have always been practicing and putting things together production-wise. So it got to a point where I think the first song was actually named Thandi Draal, featuring Thandi Draal, and it was called Down on Me. Wait, did we read this right? And I'm like, I featured myself because I produced it. Yeah, I produced it. I mean, had I just said Thandi Draal, people are gonna think, oh, she's singing as usual. But I'm like, no, Thandi Draal featuring Thandi Draal, and it you'd also be asking yourself
Yeah.
why. So that's what I wanted to get started. Like, that's a conversation that I wanted people to ask themselves, why did she feature herself? Because I produced it myself. You know?
Makes sense.
So-
So, you have to let them know.
Yeah, so
I did
like
that.
with answering question, like you have to be very strategic. You have to I think a lot. I'm always in my head. I had to get to a point where I was like, okay, apply the pressure. You do it, because if you don't do it, then you'll never know. And I'm very grateful that I fell in love with music like that. And I was like, no matter what anyone says, I'm going to do this. Obviously, it is a male-dominated industry. Majority of the artists that I look up to are males. So for me, it's like I want to be respected and be as serious as my fellow males in the industry. So for me, it's just like, Thandi, bring it all the time. Apply the heat. Don't give them space to be like, yeah, because you're friends with this one, or you're dating this one, or whatever people say. You know what I mean? It's all about, when you're in studio with me, is she actually doing this thing? Can she do it? So the ones that know, they know. So it's so funny, because back at home, when they talk about producing, sometimes they'll be like, no, Thandi can produce. And they used to produce. I'm like, guys, what does produce mean? And they're like, trust me. Like, there's a lot of people who are producing, but you can produce.
Yeah, you actually do this.
Okay, so I'm like, okay, I get you.
You take that.
Yeah,
Now,
so-
you mentioned that growing up, you could look up to some musicians because there was that blueprint, right, of female musicians who sing, but there wasn't those who produce and DJ. So what would you say, or who would you say are some of your influences when it comes to singing?
So when I think back in high school, there is a queen back at home. Her name is Busi. And I remember just watching her on stage, and she was such a vision. I was like, wow, one day when I also grow up, that also could be me. So I have to give it to Busi. There's so many talented artists. And those times there was Busi, there was Lolo, there was, the list is endless. But I feel like the ladies were coming through for us, because, for me to listen to that music, Kenzie as well. Kenzie, me listening to their music made me feel something and made me believe that, oh my gosh, you guys are making beautiful magic, such art. So yeah, those are some of the highlights of, there's so many talented people back at home. But Busi is definitely one of the ladies that, one of the queens that I really look up to when it comes to that.
I got introduced to house music sometime in 2015 by a DJ called Isaac Cool, God rest his soul. Anyway, so with that as well is a genre that you champion, right? House music, and then Afro tech, right?
Yes.
In recent times, maybe in the past 3 to 5 years or less, we've heard Amapiano, right, which has taken precedence in South Africa. How would you break down the evolution and then the growth, as well as how all of these genres are merging beautifully when it comes to the South African music space?
Okay. Ooh. Ooh, what an intense question. Okay, I think music in general evolves. Everything evolves. So when you talk Amapiano, when you talk Afrotech now, I feel like those are all genres that have evolved from other genres, subgenres. Let's say, for example, when I started doing music, there wasn't really a genre called Afro tech. There was Afro house, there was ancestral, there was tribal. Now the tech comes from electronic dance music, techno. Because in the production of the music, it's not just our African sounds and percussions and vocals. Now we've started adding the more electronic sounds into the music. So that's how it has evolved from all those genres, and then bringing it into the tech part. So it's no longer Afro house or tribal or ancestral. Now it's Afro tech, because obviously Afro falls under the umbrella of all African type of music. And house music, etc., etc. So I hope that's how I've explained it. Then I don't want to be I don't know too much depth on Amapiano, but from my understanding, it's also a similar thing that it derives from genres of Kwaito, Deep House, and stuff like that. So I feel like it's also has evolved through those subgenres coming together, and now we have Amapiano. Yeah, I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Does it surprise you how much Amapiano has broken boundaries beyond South Africa?
No, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Okay.
I feel like, I'm not surprised because I come South Africa. They're very musical people. We love music. We love making music. Like, we listen to good music. We consume house music. I don't know any other African country that consumes house music as much as South Africa. I think we're probably the number one African country that consumes and makes the stuff, you know. So I'm not surprised at all. We come from such good music, such good examples, such good foundations that we've built from. So no. The answer is no.
And because you are coming out of there, right? I would also want you to share with us if there's any fear that South Africa is going to lose Amapiano to other nationalities as well. If it's going to sip through or sip into other countries, and then you some way somehow will lose it. Because we are having that happen to Afrobeats, you know.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, if I can ask, what country
So, for
would you say?
example, Chris Brown is now referred to as an Afrobeats artist.
Okay.
Because he has a few Afrobeat songs.
Okay.
I think it's more like gentrification, but what's it called?
Like culture vulturing.
Culture vulturing, yeah.
Okay.
That way.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand this question. So, I'm not afraid that whether it's even because we have similar talks within Afro House and Afro Tech, but I feel like, guys, at the end of the day, it's in music language or music business or whatever, it's a product. If someone like a Chris Brown is going to advocate for a sound, Chris Brown is bigger than most African artists. So when he obviously jumps on something, the product value, like,
it gives him mileage.
it's
right?
he has more mileage.
Right.
So
You're explaining it in a different way. I think it's also perspective is really important. Makes sense.
So if Chris Brown, obviously it doesn't matter whether Chris Brown did another genre, it would probably get more reach, because when I look at like products or brands like your Chris Browns, they are commercial, they are international, whereas some other countries, when you have a sound, it's more like national, and it's your friends and family that know you. And then so I think what needs to happen though in future is that anyone who wants to dabble and get inspired by our cultures, just give credit. Like, listen, I was in Ghana and I was eating mangoes and I heard this and that and I saw this and that, and now, you know, I've incorporated. So it would be nice if people could just like give credit where it's due, and also really understand what it is that you're taking from those people's like culture, etc. But the only way something's gonna grow if it expands. We have different people performing it and pushing it out there and singing it, but don't like obviously act like, hey, this is like my thing. No, it's not your thing. It's our thing.
This might be a funny question, but I really need to know.
Yes.
I get this perception online that South Africa is, I really need to go there so that, but I mean, you're here so you can tell me. It's like it's a hub where everybody's dancing and like you see in the streets and like people are really dancing moves and everybody can dance. Is that how it is? Like everybody can dance.
Girl, you need to come to my show, or is it tomorrow? You need to come so you can see. I personally cannot dance, but no, I feel like most producers, people that make music for people to dance cannot dance. We can't have everything.
Yeah. Okay.
But yes, because we are like a house music country, it is a hub. We are a vibe. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to know how to dance, but you'll find a vibe, you'll find music everywhere. Whether you're sitting with your friends, having drinks, we have braais, it's a vibe, you know, we're doing something. I think social media is, you have to go there and experience it. Social media just shows you what it is that you want to see, but come through to South Africa and experience it, but it is a vibe. Like there isn't a day or a space where you can't be like, I'm gonna go somewhere and it's boring, and there is always a vibe ready to happen just around the corner.
And
so that's true.
Follow up, sorry. Also with the genres, right? You keep mentioning Afro house. You mentioned how the genres like are connected, but what's the biggest genre in SA? And do you hear Ghanaian music there?
Okay, so right now the pop genre in South Africa, if I'm not mistaken, is Amapiano, and then we also have like traditional folk. It's I think it's Maskandi, and then also gospel. So those I would say are the biggest genres, but like more pop and youthy would be Amapiano, and then thanks to also a genre called three step. It's three step. I think now it marries Amapiano and Afro house or Afro tech together because it's more how can I say?
So danceable.
Yeah. Like three step is more groovy, whereas I feel like Amapiano is like Amapiano with obviously its vocals and its drums and its log drums and stuff like that. But with three step, it's like it has like a rhythm. There's like a groove, you know. And even like some of the elements within Amapiano, it makes sense. We use a lot of the shakers and those rhythms in Afro tech and Afro house. So it's like we're just kind of like sharing sounds.
And then the Ghanaian music.
Oh, and then Ghanaian music. No, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. But that needs to change.
We'll make you an ambassador.
So let me
when
say,
you go, you take some Ghanaian music that you've enjoyed there. I think that will work.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, it will
definitely.
work.
I think some traditional like Ghanaian folk vocals would do very nice on an Afro-tech and Afro house. That you can't go wrong with it. So yeah,
we'll keep our fingers crossed for that. You mentioned vibe, right? Now in March 2024, you did a performance in Brooklyn with Descendants.
Yes.
And from that, the video, the snippets also that I saw, I could tell that you brought a lot of energy to DJing, right? What's your thoughts on the female DJing space now? Because people also think that the female DJs are doing amazing, right? But there's also the conversation of if you don't have an extra skill, a dancing skill, if you can't dance, right, then DJing is a different thing for you, or it shouldn't be for you. But you've mentioned to us that you don't dance at all.
Yeah,
but I see the energy, I see the passion, right? Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that space?
Okay, so just like I was saying, everything evolves. There's a new, obviously, era now of the dancing female DJs.
That's what they are called, dancing female DJs.
No, like that in a weird way, but like it's a new era because we never had that.
I like the tag though, sounds good.
So it's, I think, guys, come on, like we need to start somewhere. Like, let us not be too hard on females. I feel like we've come a long way. You know, these people before us, you've literally had to crawl so we can walk, others can run through it. So I think that we need to be like more kinder and more patient and appreciative of where this is going, because now we have a whole lot of new females who are DJs and who can dance. The only thing though that I'm gonna say is that I feel like as females, we need to take our craft more seriously. Like, practice makes perfect. If you're going to be doing something in a male-dominated industry, I feel like don't give them like, you guys should be chopping onions in the kitchen. You know, it must be like, ooh, okay, wow, we have never felt or heard that or seen that. So for me, it's like everyone does things differently. I don't dance, I can't dance, but I do dance to the music that I am playing, but it's not like really
we had to put you on because you said you can't dance.
I can't dance.
I went digging. So you guys be judged if Thandi knows how to dance or not.
Social media.
You see what I'm saying about the SA thing? It means the person who can dance in SA can dance somewhere.
Okay. Oh no, wow, no, because it's not dancing. Oh my.
You see?
What would you call this?
What's this?
Movements of the body.
I I apologize, South Africa.
No, we think you can dance.
No, you can dance.
Yeah. Now you can dance. Thandi can dance.
Gosh, this is funny. Yes. So for me, sorry, it's just about like when I'm playing music, the sound, the music that I do, it's a very spiritual. It's a very when I say it's very spiritual, it makes it spiritual is the vocals, the contents of what's being said. I mean, if you listen to a lot of like African songs, we're always talking to God. We're always crying about something, complaining about something, asking for deliverance, or sometimes even thanking, our higher power. So already just with that being said, there's that element, and then we come back to the production, how the shakers and everything, like we use a lot of traditional like instruments. So already with that, those two things, that evokes a lot of emotions, it evokes a lot of spirituality. So when I feel like because of my sound, it doesn't need to be like a choreography, like we are just we're playing music, and it's just it's a vibe, man. Just two step, dance in dollars, dance in euros, I always tell people, because they're like, I'm like, guys, I can't dance in rands, okay? I dance in euros and dollars. I do this. You two step.
I can't dance in cities. I dance in dollars.
There you go.
Yeah. But anyway, there's a sunset to sunrise experience, and that is what brought you to Ghana. Transit Live. How much are you looking forward to this?
Oh my gosh, if I could scream like a high-pitched scream, I would do it. Someone go, whoo! I am so excited. I'm so honored. The team, Transit, as well, has just been treating me like an Afro-tech queen that I am. It's not just any booking or any party. What I love about this is that it's partying, but with the conscious, being very self-aware. It's not like guys come get drunk and drink your head. No. It's like we're having a good time, but also you being self-aware. It's like I would more look at like it's almost churchy.
Okay.
Like it's almost like using music and your body for healing, basically. So that's why I'm super excited, because the type of music that I play, this is definitely my party, definitely my vibe. So I'm super honored, to be the first from South Africa, or I don't even know, maybe the first artist to be invited for this specific show at the Sandbox tomorrow. So like I can't explain. You guys have to come through. I hope you guys are coming through, so we can, vibe, dance in dollars and euros.
Ghanaian songs.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say is there is some special. I always do my research.
Okay.
There is some special something that I'm going to be throwing in there, because my job as well is to not only play music but also educate.
Okay.
But also what is making it also special is that, like I said, I've done my research. I know some of the artists, and if you come through, then you will hear a song or two that you guys can definitely be like,
that's
I
it.
knew this
Which of the
girl.
Ghanaian artists are you looking forward to collaborating with?
I would like to collaborate with is it Shatta Wale?
Shatta Wale.
Yes. I'm into
on Afro House.
Interesting.
listen, come through tomorrow and you will hear what's
Is he the only one?
see. I don't want to say too much, but so far, yes, I feel that there is a synergy that we could,
Have you met him already?
No.
Virtually?
No. But one day is one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how the universe makes that happen for you. Okay. And also, I'd like you to take us through maybe a little bit of your prep process. Also, because you mentioned that you've put together a little special for tomorrow.
Okay, so my process is obviously when I go and DJ, it's like, where am I going? What are people, now that I'm in Ghana, it's like, what do people eat in Ghana? Like, how do they look like? What do they, what do they believe in? What's currently happening there? So I like to do my research. And then from doing my research, I think, what story am I gonna educate or take these people on a journey? So that's it. Then I pray. I pray, like, before I listen to my music. I listen to my music every day, and then I pray. And I ask, I'm like, may the Afrotech gods guide me through this. And yeah. And when it starts coming together, I scream. I literally am in my own world. So that's basically my process, because it's very intense and spiritual music. So I guess I pray a lot. I feel like I'm a music doctor sometimes. Like, okay, come and play some music.
In recent times, we've seen a lot of DJ-led events. DJ-led events. So instead of having the artist be the headliner, a DJ is rather the headliner. So just as you are headlining the event tomorrow, right?
Yes.
What would you say that transition has been? Because now people are looking to booking artists, but are also looking to booking DJs on that same level to give the same level of experience or depth of experience.
Okay. Okay. So to answer this question, this is how I look at it. Thandi Draal has 3 things that she does. I'm not only just a DJ, and before I started being a DJ, I was like an artist, a singing artist. Yeah. I still do sing. So for me, it's weird, because sometimes I'm not sure am I being booked because I can sing and DJ at the same time. So for me, it's like, my perspective on it, it's very, very different. But I did want to become like a full-on artist who can produce, who can sing, who can DJ, because I feel like I have like more, like, let me not say leverage, but like more longevity as an artist than just me being a DJ. Because what if you wake up and then you're the hottest DJ tomorrow? Then it's how can I put it? It's not like you have a mileage of a whole lot of music behind you, or you're an artist. So I feel like just being a DJ doesn't have a lot of mileage and longevity, just being a DJ. You need to be a full-on artist that will give you longevity. But I also guess, depending on the climate, the space that we are in, things are different. But for me, that's what has worked for me. And I guess there are DJs who are being booked at the level, a scale of artist, which is very interesting times. So yeah, I guess that's where the climate is.
Thank you, Thandi. Oh, goodness. Thank you, Thandi.
Almost made it.
Thandi. Almost made it. Right. Just this last one. But would you want us to learn any Zulu word? What would it be? If you want to say thank you or thanks for coming.
It would be, okay, I'm gonna keep it simple.
Thank you.
You can just say thank you is ngiyabonga.
Nyabonga.
Yeah, ngi.
Oh, I think I've heard that.
Yeah,
Nyabonga Yesu.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
So ngiyabonga.
Nyabonga.
Thank you.
Nyabonga.
Thandi.
Yes. Okay, yes. And for those who will be looking for you or want to find you on socials, how do they find you?
So on all my social media, it's spelled the same. So it's @ and then Thandi, which is THANDI, and then Dry is DRAAI. So Thandi Draal, one word. You'll find me on all social medias with that handle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thandi Nyabonga. Thank you so much, and thanks to our viewers and our listeners as well. It's been the big conversation with Thandi Draal. She is a South African songwriter, vocalist, DJ, and producer. The full conversation you can catch on our YouTube 3 Music Networks. Okay, did this with Amy Isofa and Kojo Trip. My name is Lenny Lomote, and as you go, have a good weekend. Remember to stay safe and stay alert as well. We'll catch you on Monday. The show runs Monday through to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. AC, do you have anything to say?
Enjoy your weekend, people.
Okay. Because she kept looking at me, so I was wondering, do you have a birthday wish or whatever? And guys, talking birthday wishes, remember to send in your birthday wishes to us across all our socials, and send the picture of your loved one as well, and we will wish them a happy birthday for you. Do have a good weekend. This is 3 Music TV and Plus 89.9 FM. Have a good day.
Culture Daily was brought to you by Telecel.